And we are live. Welcome everyone to another Ace Attorney live stream. How we doing, everybody? How's your Thursday going? Dusk on the stream, man. I've got coffee in tow. I gotta make sure the other side of things is good. There we go. We're good. We're on both sides. Before we get going, how about the Jaden Daniels situation? Darren, welcome to the stream, man. How's your Thursday going? How about that Jaden Daniels situation, man? Man butthurt over number 5. What his mom's doing. Everyone's saying that. I believe that partially. I do think a good chunk of it is Jaden. If you haven't watched any of Quarterback season 3, I recommend doing it because he's a lot more arrogant than I thought he was, if I'm being honest. He comes off a lot more arrogant and egotistical in the show. I'm not saying like he's CJ Stroud arrogant. Remember when he was, you know, a top 3 quarterback? But I did not think he was as egotistical as he is. But I do think at least some of it is his mom's doing. I do think at least some of it's his mom's doing. She's probably the one who pushed the idea of the NIL cease and desist. You made sure you're getting Ashton Machin. There you go. Speaking of apps, the Google Play app on my computer does not want to play Supercard now. I don't know why. It keeps telling me I got to update. There is no update. It's weird. It's weird. Alright. So, last time we were here with some Ace Attorney. We were still on the tutorial. We're right at the end of the tutorial, though. But we're right in the tutorial here with the Phoenix Wright version of Star Wars. And we're going to finish it today. That's all I know. We're going to get to the second one today. This is really going to test my memory to see how much I remember. Oh, and I immediately have to show evidence. That's great. Good job, me, for stopping here. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. On it. Okay. Alright. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints. I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved in the... Something that would have been involved with the theft. We're just gonna save right here, you know. Just play it safe. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it. So they already didn't find Roll's fingerprints on that. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might. You'd better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. I'm assuming I was right. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. You're just getting ready for some preseason football tonight? Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for any kind of football, preseason or otherwise. I will say I am upset because I thought ESPN Unlimited was going to show every single game. They don't. It upsets me. Because I got on last night and was looking at games. Was like looking at the schedule to see like what games are on when. And I was very upset. The Jags-Tampa game isn't on any of them live, and it upset me. Because I was like, that's the one I expected you to carry. Even though it's the third preseason game, I was like, it's Liam Cohen against Tampa. You guys love Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh getting into a fight that meant nothing in the long run. But you don't like possibly fighting again? Come on. Confuses me. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. Just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate the evidence with the R stick, and I can also use square and circle to zoom in and out to get a better look. And if I ever get too turned around, I can always use reset to return things to the initial state. I watched Jack Beach fight for his job. Is he really fighting for the slot spot? Is Besh really fighting for the slot spot? I thought he would have been locked in there. Who's he fighting with? Malik Benson has pushed Naylor to the slot? Really? Wow. Better search every inch of this box carefully and examine anything of interest in detail with X. Alright. Is there shit inside? No, that's just the texture. Alright, let's start looking. The lid of the box was forced open, but while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Okay. Oh yeah, he turned into Chris Jericho. I forgot he turned into full rock version. Hey! So a lot of 11 personnel just with essentially Brock playing the Jimmy Graham role. Which, not a bad idea. One thing I would like to see him do is set Bowers out wide for a play and set up what would normally be a wide receiver screen for him. I think that would be kind of cool. I think that would be an interesting setup and would confuse the shit out of a defense. I mean, I would think they're still going to make the roster because you carry 5 to 6 receivers. I would think they still have a very good chance to make the roster. What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with the key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat! Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? Thornton might not. He's getting outplayed by Tariq Young and Shedrick Jackson. Really? Alright, so he might get the save him for next year situation, just put on IR, if that's the case. I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key. So, wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? Oh. Thank you, Your Majesty. Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? I'm hitting my glasses off. The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. In any case, William Brandon Johnson is Sean Morcantha Thornton. Woo! Woo! Uh-oh. He might get that whole put him on IR and just save him for next year. In any case, I'd better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. This blood stain shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a blood stain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my! You're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. Oh, also, one thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, it's an app? Huh. Huh. Oh no, it's a downloadable game for like $5. There is a game called the Choicer Voicer, where it's essentially just you redub things. I saw some things with it on Instagram as I was scrolling last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I was interested because I'm like, I do enough of that for Visual Novel Thursday. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but I saw it and it was a thing. And also, I did get paid, so your boy got a tiny bit of spending money. I believe the blood stain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of this lawyerly deceit.
What do you mean?
Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand?
What? You should have seen this coming. He got blood on his hands. That's my proof.
Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you can save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead.
That I did not see coming. This man got very violent since he's been here. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please submit your evidence at this time. This is the best I got. I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, which would be pretty cool, not gonna lie, if it was naturally that way, kinda cool. But it just so happens I have the proof you require.
You do?
It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. What proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask? Oh, that's Phoenix. Never mind. Forget everything you just heard. That was Phoenix doing an impersonation. It's pretty good. Take that! Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood.
What?
If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline...
You think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter?
Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it. Technically my tongue. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious! I protest! There's no way they would ever match up. I assert that it's patently impossible for. Oh!
Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court?
Why, you.
We got the people going. I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, your majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. Except sometimes, when he has to. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future, too, if you wouldn't mind. Never asked to know, it really was a bluff.
No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them.
Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me.
Man's only practiced like 3 times? Ooh. Yeah, that's not a good sign. I will say I saw a little bit of the Jag Saints joint practices. One, there's a clip that keeps going around of Olave making a catch against Travis Hunter, who just misses the deflection. Trayvon Walker is in the backfield walking around Shuck like 30 seconds before he even throws the ball. I'm like, dude, that's a sack, a half, and probably Shuck's dead. I'm like, there is no reason you show that play. Like, there is no reason to show that on Twitter, because it does not look good for the Saints. Because I'm like, man, I've seen some sacks in training camp that thing's a sack and a half. And I'm like, that might be the latest I've seen a quarterback throw the football after a defender gets there. It's going through the Mike Evans simulator. Constant hamstrings. You know, just Jalen Hurts throwing an interception without pressure. Thing on a terrible throw, then post on social media, hyping it up. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that clip. Aren't they using it to hype up Quinyon? Oh yeah, that's totally just a breakdown. Okay. I open Twitter just to see what pops up. I open Twitter just to see what pops up. I just want to point out Ryan Clark is trying to defend Jaden Daniels. And the way he's doing it is awful. Like, I want to point out again, I have nothing against Ryan Clark as a person. The way he tries to defend things is terrible. I'm going to read you part of this. The cease and desist is not about the number itself or about DJ Pickett. It is about respect and the process by which the number was ultimately given out. So what you're telling me is he's mad the number 5 was given out at all. That's what he's mad about. Even though you stated yourself, it's not about the number itself. Like, yeah, his number wasn't retired. Like, and my thing is, college sports, you carry legacies with numbers. That's why I like the way NC State does it. Like, they retire numbers, but the numbers are still in rotation. There's just a patch on it for the player that the number was retired for. So there's a patch on that numbered jersey for said player. So 11's got Peyton Wilson, 16 as Russell Wilson, 17 as Rivers, which, given that number's just going to go through the family bloodline at this point at NC State, so that's not going to be a problem. But, yeah. It is. It is something that they're doing this. Like, and I know another reason that at least seemed to be. Burrow's number being retired makes sense. Daniels, on the other hand, exactly. One thing I hate is the one thing I hate massively is that this whole situation, he's trying to make himself be like Burrow, and he's not Burrow. He didn't win a national title. Texarkana for 0-7. I mean, we gave out those numbers respectfully. That's the way I like to do it, is if a player, big time player, wears those numbers become, you know, we respect those numbers. They get kind of passed down lineage-wise. And that works out. That worked out really well in Texarkana. At least I feel like it worked out really well. Won a natty, and honestly, should have won the Heisman over Devontae Smith. Probably. And I'll also say this. Wasn't Burrow there for like 2 seasons? Jaden was there for 1 year. You don't get that respect when you were there 1 season. You don't get that. Unless you are like generational, you don't get that for 1 year. Unless you're Travis Hunter and played 2 ways. You know. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief. He was there for 2 seasons? I thought he was there for 1. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know he was there for 2 seasons. Because I remember him at Arizona State. I'm literally going to Sports Reference. Oh, he was? Yeah, 22 and 23. Huh. How'd he get a 5th year of eligibility? This ain't even a joke. How the fuck did he get a 5th year of eligibility? COVID year? Yeah, he only played 4 games in the COVID season. Yeah, okay. That explains it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He wants to hype himself up. He had 1 year. He was Devin Lloyd. He was Devin Lloyd for the Jags, just at LSU. He had 1 good year. You look at his numbers every other year, his next best year was his freshman year at Arizona State. Yep. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's, in my opinion, unless you do like full-on retirements, but it has to mean, the player has to mean something to get that. Which, the Jags have 1 number they still need to retire, and that's 87, in my opinion. Maybe 32 gets taken out of rotation, personally. I think you could do that, but 87 needs to be retired, mainly because without Keenan McCardell, there is no Jimmy Smith. Without Jimmy Smith, there is no Keenan McCardell. That's how that works. Like, unless you're going to retire him that way, just leave, like, a legacy with the numbers. I think that's the best way to do it. That is the best way to do it. And in college, I think the legacy of the number is huge. Oh, you're telling me Marcus Peters didn't play well wearing 24? What? Mr. Roll. Now just wait 1 damn minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it? If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. He had lemon pepper wings with rosemary and sea salt french fries. That sounds fucking delicious. I had a salad for lunch. It was very good. It was very good. It was an Asian salad. Very nice. I didn't want anything really heavy, so I woke up late, wanted something that I knew would satiate and, you know. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon was something else? The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. Oh, what did Orlovsky say? I like Dan Orlovsky. I think he's funny. That's one reason I like him. And also, he's one of the few guys I don't think takes himself too seriously. Pat Mahomes is the best QB in the AFC West? No. No, he did not. What? What? Pat Mahomes, what? I can't believe he would say such a hot take. What are the Madison Beer fans gonna do? What are the Bo Nix fanboys gonna think? I'm not even gonna bring up Raiders quarterbacks because we know nobody's worried about them right now. But what are the other two gonna think? I will say, that division, I was talking about it yesterday. I personally think that division is very interesting. And I will say, do not sleep on the Raiders. I do believe the Raiders could. They could be sleepers in that division. I'm not saying they're gonna win it. I just do think the Raiders could be sleepers. I like what they've done. The question is just, when does Mendoza start? And when you have literally the Chargers, who will choke in the playoffs, let's be real, if they make it there. You have Bo Nix, who we don't know how well that ankle is going to hold up once action actually starts. And Pat Mahomes, who is not going to be the same guy because ACL and MCL. I'm not going to lie, I think there's a chance. Slight chance, but a chance. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. My cousin's luster wears off and he's struggling bad. I mean, I personally think he's going to start by week 6. Somewhere like week 6 to week 8 is when I think Mendoza's going to take over personally, but that's just my thought. When he was struck with the real weapon. That's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understanding? Judas in my mind. This guy's Judas in my mind. Will be in the second half of the season for sure, without injury. Yeah, that's why I said like week 8. It was like my late point for him. Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. I don't know how I'm going to work this one. Okay, I think I can do it with spider. I think I can do it to the tune of spider in my mouth. Make sure, if you type in spider in my mouth, the third thing that pops up is fuzzy. Okay, yeah, I was right on the tune I wanted there. Looking out for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man drop into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, yo, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. I will say I did not know this one lyric at the end of like the first bridge, and it's I stole a car with a baby in the seat and I sold it on a bet. The fuck lyric is that, Jericho? The hell, man? Worthless lawyer man, done him by a weapon. For you, miserable wretch, hell doth beckon. Yeah. Yeah. I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know, your majesty. Yet you've prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer! This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down. Not now. Yes, your majesty. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist.
That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon.
Gladly. I want to see something. Okay, I can't look at it. If I knew which one it was, what would somebody like understand and use to bludgeon someone? Oh, that was cool. Travis walked right over. All right. Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used. I'm not gonna lie, I do not believe we straight up, like, said, hey, you're the murderer. I'm pretty sure he's making that. He's just Freudian slip there. Maybe I was looking at Twitter too much there, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick because we'll see if my brain's working or not. But I'm about to throw some shit at the wall and see if it sticks. We're about to see if this pasta is al dente or not. Take that! I think that pasta stuck to the wall. I think we are legitimately cooking. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin the red is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion.
That photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright?
There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh! I just want to point out, I subconsciously figured out that he had a different guitar. Or different musical instrument. Because my brain said, hey, that's not the same one. And I thought it and went, no, that is the same one that he has. I legitimately forgot that he has a different one. But subconsciously, I knew it. I knew it was different. I just want to point that out. I told my brain it was wrong. It was right. Oh yeah? What's this something, huh? This thing here is odd, to say the least. Take that! Mr. Understanding, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. He's rocking a V shape here, and while here he's rocking a... What would a Les Paul? What would a Les Paul be for this area? I don't know what they would, like, counterintuitive and a Les Paul to be. Because that's why I'm just assuming this thing is kind of supposed to be a basic, like, Les Paul, which, great looking guitars. I'm not the biggest fan of the Flying V's, personally. I believe you said your Domelin was your one and only? Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that? I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. That's a photo right there. Oh! That... Yeah, no wonder he's dead. No wonder, man. Are we sure it's just... What was the cause of death? A head contusion? I'm pretty sure it's a skull fracture. Cerebral contusion from a head injury. No, that's a skull fracture. With the force it looks like he's bringing that thing down on, that's a skull fracture. That man was dead on impact. Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along. That's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old Domelin to this court as evidence. Too bad. You're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. You what? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby! No! He already destroyed the evidence? And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Now there's no proof to show.
Oh, come on. That was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Where's that great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends.
I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion.
But Your Majesty, or Magistry, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession.
Without significant proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture.
There's the pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting.
What is it now?
You accused Mr. Understanding of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim.
Uh-oh.
And with that, Mr. Understanding purported motive for murder goes out the window.
Ah! Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I'd been there, I would have just... Yeah, if I'd been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now, was there? There's no good counter-argument to that.
Sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Fortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case.
Not good. Not good.
Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case.
Duh, 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 duh. Kill him! Fuck him up! Kill him! Fuck him up! Duh, 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 duh. I imagine the crowd's just going crazy with chants. What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Poor old B will be convicted, and I'll lose my life too.
Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lèse-majesty, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused.
Yeah, you should pay for this. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting. In the Twilight Realm. Oh god, we're getting sent to the Shadow Realm? Dude, this fucking sucks. Exodia, obliterate. This guy is guilty as sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll. But what? Come on, people! Let me hear you scream and shout! Time to take this lawyer trash out! Exterminate! Annihilate! Exterminate! Annihilate! The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was.
I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then, why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to... Ah! Defense! What's gotten into you? Now I get it! Now it all makes sense! Like, Polkunka, man, what you trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself? Sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. I'm already running late. My wife has to film some footage, and I'm already running way too late for this. No, Your Majesty. That's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? Apparently Madden has updated. Isn't that just some shit? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. Could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time.
This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense, no amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs.
Now then, Defense, what is this misconception you mentioned?
The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start?
What?
What?
Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Also, recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then did he ask Albie the question that he did?
That is a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realized that by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. he would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty.
Oh, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all.
Yeah, but what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Understanding?
My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim.
A motive?
Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. In two senses of the word, probably. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever.
But that's absurd!
Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke.
So then, what really happened to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Please, or Peace, Love, and Understanding himself.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped up charges.
We did not trump these charges up, I tell you that.
The defense is grasping.
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling.
I'm not ready to give my verdict yet.
What?
The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. I'm gonna be fucking late, but you know what? This is good shit now. Good TV.
Yes! Finally, a tiny shred of hope.
Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims?
I don't think your Guitar Hero performance counts. This is all bull! My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby!
Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself.
I'm not gonna take it. No. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer is a lying scumbag. How does one eep? I don't know how one eeps. Eep. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ears, Open up your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock. Death to the lion lawyer. I'm gonna miss Mr. Understanding once we're done with this. I like doing his Jericho-esque voice. Oh god, I gotta do a song again. Fuck! Which one do I want to go here? What Fozzie track do we need to pull out now? Let's see, I went Spiders in My Mouth last time. Fozzie tracks. I don't know if we did Judas. I was either gonna go. I was thinking of going Enemy for this one because I don't know a lot of Fozzie tracks. Like the I forget the album, but I could do Martyr Anymore. I could do that because I'm trying to think. Sandpaper is one of the few tracks I know. Enemy, Judas, Spider in My Mouth. Like Sin and Bones is like the only album I actually fully listened to. Let's see. Yeah, and then maybe Inside My Head. But like Spider in My Mouth and Sandpaper, like the only two tracks out of that album I know. $25. Oh, Raiders Marshawn Lynch jersey. There you go. $25 might be a bit on the pricey side on that one. I'm not gonna lie. Martyr No More is a possibility. Let's go Judas. Let's just go Judas. They go for 80 usually? Okay. How am I gonna do this to the tune of Judas? I think I'm gonna have to go after the intro. So the I'm becoming. I'll have to go before or after that. Steal the founders or me, I did not. Oh no. Steal the founders or me, I did it. The lawyers, the lying lawyers, insults know no limit. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully, sacred duty to the Holy Mother. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Force the box open, no key did he need. Lying lawyer, condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell. No, we didn't even get to the chorus. We didn't even get to the pre-chorus. Didn't even get to Embraced by the Darkness, I'm losing the light, encircled by demons I fight. Bruh, man, if only we had gotten to the chorus, that would have been fun with the chorus. I legit think his dialogue would have been really good with the what have I become now that I've betrayed everyone I've ever loved to push them all away. I feel like that would have been really good with that. Alright. We've now heard from both sides. Earlier, the treasure box was forced open by the accused as the witness claims. Or, wrong guy, they just cut to Mr. Understanding I thought was him. Or, Mr. Understanding opened it. Did you like my impersonation? I'm really getting better at it. As the defense claims. Defense! This is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. If you are unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination,
then the DC Act will come into play, and both you and the accused will lose your lives.
I feel like that needed to be added. I understand. Life or death. It all comes down to this. Mr. Wright. Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be all right. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya. Together. Together forever, matter how long. It's a deal. Can't let Albie down. Have to win this trial. Somehow, I have to prove that only understanding could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem. The last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil. I like the way he speaks. Used both requiem and mortal coil. Fuck yeah. Alright, before we get going with this, I am going to grab a beverage. And while I do that, I'm gonna run an ad break, even though one just happened like 10 minutes ago. That way you get like 2 straight hours if you're watching this without a subscription. You get like 2 straight hours. So that's what you get. But I'll be back in a second. Go take a bathroom break, talk to the couch, do whatever you want to do while we wait for the ad break to be over. Alright, I'm back. We got 20 seconds before the end of the ad break. Couch was serenading you guys. I know Couch got some lungs on him. Somehow. Don't know how. Alright. We are fully back. Let's get in to these pressing questions. But the argument that the orb was already gone before the murder fits all the facts. It's no use even talking to you. Where's your proof that I stole the orb? Huh, lawyer trash? Come from the black market or deep web? Neither, because none of those existed when this couch was gotten. Well, the black market might have existed, but much different way to get to it. Deep web didn't exist at that time. At least, I don't think the deep web existed at that time. It would have been like really early deep web. He's right. I don't have any proof. Yet. But I'll find some. Your sacred duty? Huh? Duty. 2001 was when the term was coined. Well, yeah, it didn't exist. It didn't exist then. Did not exist then. Did not exist then. At all. The problem with that is that I don't think you really are a true believer. Why you? How dare you question my faith? It's downright insulting. I'm not trying to insult you, but I can't suspend logic either. You wormed your way into the temple with the intent of stealing the treasure, didn't you? I've had all the insults I can take out of you, lawyer trash. But you're the only one who can open the treasure box. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I assume this is him hitting the chorus. I can only assume it. Either that or it's the pre-chorus, one of the two. This is the pre-chorus. This is the pre-chorus. Okay. You just keep on arguing the same old lie. I sing the truth, hear my battle cry. And then it's, what have I become now that I've betrayed everyone I've ever loved? That's the next portion. This is very... This song actually fits this questioning very well. The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on. You just saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh. Yeah. Well, there's your proof right there. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's a different key or a different way to open it. I'm gonna say a different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it, to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man.
Ah, so you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner?
I'll have you no defense. The kingdom of Coronian is not some sort of fantasy funland.
And then the crowd, you just hear,
Oh boy! He's not wrong!
it's like, wait, excuse me, did somebody just hear a mouse talk? It's true. I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. Yet. Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the... Let's see. What have I been now that I've betrayed? Let's see. The real method to open the lock, you say, delusional man. There ain't no other way. I got nothing else. That one didn't work very well with the chorus.
Ah, a new verse. Please do add it to your testimony, Mr. Understanding.
What? Why is it all the way there? It's interesting. Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas, that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer, drowning in confusion.
Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality.
Let's hear it! Will it be for the sinners? Oh no, that's, I guess, another lyric? It doesn't feel like it should be a lyric, but okay. Let's hear it. What'll it be for the sinner's flight of fancy? Okay, so now we're to the I'm becoming. Judas in my mind. Now we're to that point. Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's got to be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? Then where exactly is this secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... I think it's the box itself, but, you know... The treasure box. Yeah? And where on the box is the secret exactly? Well, it's... I hadn't thought that far ahead. It's the carvings. There's definitely something going on there.
Are you sure? You're sounding a little desperate, defense.
Desperate? Not at all, your majesty.
The carvings the accused snuck in to see, even though it's forbidden, I might add.
Witness, can you tell us anything about these carvings on the box?
Of course, as head monk, I know all about them. I mean, I don't think this is a lyric. The carvings depict a Curanese butterfly as it carries a soul to the Twilight Realm. They were made in around the 7th century.
I see. Could you please add that information to your testimony?
Fine. Listen up, lawyer trash.
Chinese butterfly from the 7th century carries the Mitama so elementary. Judas in my mind. Judas in my mind. Yeah, the butterfly's not carrying anything. Butterfly's just there. I believe this butterfly design conceals some sort of secret. Oh, yeah? Why don't you check it out for yourself then? Huh? With a smug look on his face. Think I'll do just that, Your Majesty, if I could. Nothing unusual here. Well, Defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told you, didn't I? Then in that case, there must be some secret trick to the key. Now you're suspicious of the key, are you?
There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation.
Two more, welcome to the stream. I fucking love that. Irish Jason Momoa, that's good. That's good. That is good, man. How are things going with you? How's your Thursday going? That's good. Irish Jason Momoa. That's right. He desecrated the box by opening it without using this Mitama key. Wait. What did you say? I'll sing it as many times as I have to get it through your thick lawyer skull. Okay, back to Judas. Here we go. Let's see. We've gotten through the main part of the course. I think we're back to verse 2 now. I actually don't even know how that second verse is sung. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever heard the second verse to Judas. I'm now coming to terms with that. I may legitimately have to listen to the song here in a second to know what that next verse is. See what chance anyone's allowed to act like this in a court of law. Around here, it's a bit different, apparently. Shit like this is different around here. Let me listen to this second verse so I know exactly how to do this. Like as fuck, I'm gonna lurk. Okay, hey, it's fine, man. Go ahead and lurk. The Diablo 2 background noise, that is fine and dandy. That's good background noise.
Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, I almost, very, very close, almost hit Judas by Lady Gaga. Okay. I gotta get to the second verse. Dude, how long is it until it gets to the fucking second verse here? I'm a minute 40 in. Okay, here we go. Second verse. Okay, it's the same tune. Okay, it's the same tune. Got it. Got it. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. That worked pretty well. Yeah! Yeah, Mendoza, Waller, Ruggs, Lynch, Jacobs, Brown, Adams, McFadden, Mack, and away Brock Bowers. Dear Lord, man, you got a collection. And a good chunk of that felon collection. What's funny, too, is a lot of those go very well together. And then there's Fernando Mendoza.
For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony?
Oh, so you like this little number better, do ya? Let's see, should I have him swap in this statement? Sure. Go ahead. I believe the witness just made, or sang, a very important statement. I'd like it switched into his testimony.
Very well. Witness, if you would.
If I have to, carve it into your brain, lawyer man. Dear Lord, man, you got a shit ton of jerseys.
Hold it!
There must be some secret trick to this key. Oh yeah? And what exactly is this secret trick? Huh? What's this smug look for? Maybe something like it can change shapes. Wow, man. That's some wild imagination you got there. I'll give credit where credit's due. You can daydream like a champ.
Just like any Magatama, this key is made of a translucent material. One look and it's pretty obvious it can't change shapes.
Yeah, I wasn't really sold on that one myself. I felt like there was something odd about Understanding's testimony just now. I think I'd better take another look through the evidence. Alright. Yeah. Alright, I gotta make him change this, I think. Oh, let me see if I'm right on this. The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on. You just saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. Well, there's your proof right there. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Marcus Russell Raider shit? How much is it, man? On bid for $14.99. You might be able to get it for $15. Oh! I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to save just in case. I'm not going to lie, I entirely forgot about ever checking the Dance of Devotion song.
Objection!
Alright. Yeah, nope. Ah, yeah, huh. We're gonna act like that never happened.
Objection!
I think I've got what I need. I just don't think I have the right thing here set.
Hold it!
I haven't pressed this, so might as well see what he says. Not the one who'll be going to jail, Mr. Understanding. You are. You think so, huh? Hey, what do you think, people? It's not just me this lawyer's putting down. He's insulting Curianism and the Curianese people, too. If he thinks he can get away with that, he's got another thing coming. Right, people? I love the references to old school metal.
That's right. Disrespectful lawyers deserve to be removed post haste.
Exterminate, annihilate, exterminate, annihilate. Yikes, the Daleks are getting really whipped up over there. You're going to jail, you, not me. If you don't believe me, just wait and see. Oh, he's singing this. Never mind, we gotta go to Fozzie again. It's too late, no forgiveness for you, not for me, the judge or her holiness too. You'll rue the day you said, word in this court, to the gallows lawyer you will report. What was that just now? It's like there was something odd about his testimony. Can't afford to ignore any inconsistency, no matter how small. The smallest detail could blow this case wide open. Gotta use the evidence to unlock a path to the truth. I don't know if I
Hold it!
pressed him on this. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, he questioned him being a true believer. Yeah.
Hold it!
Pretty sure we did this one. Yep. So, okay, I've done all of them.
Objection!
Nope.
Objection!
Okay, it is just the key. Okay. I thought it was going to be something else that had to do with the key. It is just the key. I was wrong. Just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called your key the Mitama key, didn't you? Ah! But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Yeah! Aw, shit, he busted a string. He better have some extras. The Mitama key. What's that? Yeah, I don't know, Your Majesty. But apparently, it's a rather crucial question. What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing. So what? Simple slip of the tongue.
An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation.
More Jaden Daniels news. Jaden Daniels and his camp have requested LSU return his copy of the Heisman Trophy. Bruh. Dude, you want to talk about petty bullshit? Oh my god. Dude, this man is petty. His camp, I should say, is petty as hell over that number 5. That is ridiculous. Yeah, he's pissed over them using 5, like recirculating 5 when 9 hasn't been recirculated. Oh, no Mendoza versus Beck rematch? That sucks.
I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds nothing to your argument.
What say you, defense? Is it an important detail?
Judging by Understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, your majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Nah, man, just a meaningless mistake. Insignificance. Huh. You're riding the crazy train nowhere, lawyer man. Yeah, keep them coming. Oh, keep the references coming. Oh, he's not gonna take it. We got another thing coming. We're riding the crazy train. Oh, if you pull out an NIB reference, I'm not gonna lie, we might as well let this man go free. There's no chance they pull out a, there's no chance they pull out, you know, an NIB reference. But if they did, I'd be going batshit insane because I don't care what anybody says. NIB is the best Black Sabbath track, hands down. It's so good. The bass line, fucking awesome.
Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense.
Tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself.
As well as saying his focus is on football, his team is handling the LSU business, so is mom. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I don't fully think it's... I still think he's partially involved, being that he got upset. However, I think it's... I think about, let's go 70-30 split. His mom. Because I will say, my attitude towards him changed a bit after watching a little bit of quarterback. Oh, yeah, probably. Probably. I'm sure he was kind of upset, but didn't want to make a big fuss of it, but... yeah. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 86 is back on Crunchyroll. Oh god, there you go. There you go. I luckily get some free time. So I might watch some anime as well. I've got a backlog on Netflix.
However, I'm eager to find out. Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does.
But Daniel's mom is like extra degree. It's weird. I mean, I will still state the weirdest thing about her involvement with her son is the fact that he can't date. That is still the weirdest thing to me. That it's so strange. So strange.
Is the name of the key an important detail?
Yes, it's an absolutely important detail. I think. I mean, you can find it somewhere. Guarantee it. I'm not gonna say how or, you know, search engines are a thing. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb.
I see. Very well. In that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim.
The grounds? Your Majesty?
You can of course show grounds, can you not? Defense?
Of course. What else can I say? I have to come up with something. Anything. Even if it's just a bluff. The Mitama key. Mitama. There has to be something somewhere that ties Mitama and the orb together. Oh, I got this one. I got this one easy.
Don't keep me waiting, Defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's Orb?
Take that!
What's that? The Song of Ceremony?
All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony, performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treasure of the founder of Kyrianism. But hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to really open the treasure box. I like that. Oh, holy mother!
Yeah. But how can that be, Defense?
The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key.
Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean...
We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it.
I suppose you know the right way?
I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first...
Vertically, I believe. We're gonna flip it vertically. We turn the Magatama shape upside down, like this. It becomes the Kiryanese symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama.
Oh my! You're absolutely right! But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way.
Oh.
I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all.
When did Phoenix know all this? I mean, he was with Maya for so long, I'm sure he learned something from Maya during that time. Would have had to, I would think. There must be some other place this key fits. But where? Let's see. What were the words of the song in the ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. We're gonna zoom right the fuck in.
Got
My goodness! The treasure box! It really opened!
No way, man!
What? No!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. Again, Minshew versus Slovis. That's gonna be the highlights for days. It's all over, Mr. Payne.
How so?
Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it wouldn't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy.
Then what you're saying is...
Oh, we're getting all four quarterbacks. Damn. So everybody's going to get, you know, Cousins will probably only see a drive, but everybody's going to get some time. Neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They therefore had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Peace, love, understanding. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. Sean Watson's only 30? Bro, I thought he was my age at this point. Which, you know, I'm not much older than 30, but I thought he was older than 30. '31, 31 in September. Dear Lord, wow. Get how young some of these guys are. Like, I forgot that Josh Allen's only 30. You know, he's been a pinnacle in the league so long that's kind of like, forget how young some of these guys are.
And so, there can be only one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll. Ugh. The riffs are too hard! We're being blown back by his guitar riffs! I left the park. I think we have to check him into concussion protocol. Curse him! It's all his fault. Why do you have to try and steal the treasure? Why'd I have to spot him with the box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance? It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. Couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. Lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me? I couldn't let... I had to. I had to stop him.
What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago.
No, my perfect, unblemished record destroyed. The incredible pain ruined. No.
Bald! 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 Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way! This can't be happening!
Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. The truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused, I'll be your guide,
Not guilty! The fuck? Fuck is this bullshit?
Look at all the butterflies.
I can't believe my eyes. 10 million butterflies just got summoned from the middle of the courtroom. What is this witchcraft? I don't understand. I think I might be cursed again. Somebody get me out of here. There's still quite a commotion. People from the gallery show no sign of clearing out. I can't believe it! Not guilty? Yeah, I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening! It's impossible! Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us! Never been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable.
Mr. Wright.
Oh, Albie.
Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me.
I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first.
That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. How did it ever get this way in the first place?
Allow me to explain. At least, I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence insights.
Right. Rafa, the royal priestess. AKA Queen Amidala. Don't worry, Albie. You'll marry her one day. That's how this story ends. But you will not bring balance to... Well, you will bring balance to the Force, just not in the way they thought. You will then get a horrible scene that nobody ever wants back again. Where you go... "No." In your rage, you killed her. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says. But, even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. I mean, this is America.
Mr. Wright!
Shh. Hot take, the Jedi didn't want balance. They wanted pure light side. Real balance is both. True. 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 That is why he did bring balance to the Force. Just the Jedi were like, that's not what we wanted. Wait a minute, what? Huh?
Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel.
Brother, this is just Star Wars. We are literally just doing an attorney game through Star Wars. This is awesome.
You could be arrested. We're gonna have to stuff you in a tauntaun.
V-Dub on the stream, man. How have you been? You ready to watch your Raiders tonight? Play some preseason ball? A rebel? Without a cause? I thought it smelled bad. On the outside.
That's right. One of those people going against our queen in the court system.
Who the fuck's this guy? Like, I'm sorry, if this is the rebel forces, I'm down, man. I'm down. This dude looks badass as shit. Count me in. Hey, gotta see what Heisman Mendoza can do, the most un-Raiders quarterback of all time.
They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. And they're led by a scary guy named Durkee.
Right? Or Dirk. It's one of the two. It's either Durkee or Dirk. On preseason video for your Madden franchise, where you do the season 1 off-season video. We got the off-season coming up Saturday. Be ready for that. We'll see how much of my NIL goes to just keeping guys around. Just Dirk? Okay. There we go.
They're led by a scary guy named Dirk, which isn't a very scary name. They'll do anything to overthrow Her Eminence, even commit crimes.
Right from the word Drew, or from the word Drook, which is the Bhutanese name for Thunder Dragon. Oh. Also, he's the Thunder Dragon. Okay. Okay. It goes for you as well. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I have kept so much NIL just because I'm like, retain and transfer portal. I'm not going to have a lot more to play with. Dirk. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name.
The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that, Dirk guy.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? I'm assuming it is Her Benevolence. So.
Pardon the intrusion.
No! It's a dude with a fucking cigar! Okay. Alright. What's this man sound like? Let's see. Cigar in hand. You! Yeah, you! I want to talk to you, see? Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix, right? And you are? I'm the Curinese Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karkul Kurin. That's a tongue twister of a name. I'm just gonna call you I. That's the best way I'm gonna call you. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow. The Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense Culpability Act and all.
Minister Inga, how are you, sir?
Run along, Mini Monk. Grown-ups are talking here.
Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir.
May I help you with something? Just want a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Okay, Joe Exotic. Oh yeah. Might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief. A repeat offender. See? Had my men look into it and they found all the booty he'd pilfered right there in his digs.
But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll? Why? I can see the sign right now in the crowd.
Guess he was doing it for the family. What a monk. Oh, did he say mook or monk? What a mook.
A mook? How can you say that?
Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. Yeah, I'd my men check out that understanding fella, too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents.
What?
They put the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So we gave up the Founder's Orb and tried to keep it hush-hush.
Wow. I see. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah. Say, White, that was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift?
Oh. Well, yikes. I'm in for it now.
Thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time.
But all I did was defend the accused.
You do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice. You get my drift? Even a dirty, no good nink punk knows to catch. Even a dirty, no good nink punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in.
I mean, if we were in Vegas, you know the rules. House always wins.
Do us both a favor and keep an eye on that path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on.
I like him. I like him. I hope there's more of him. I hope there's a lot more of him. He's a fun character. Yay. If it's not obvious, I love voice acting villains. They're more fun. Or evil adjacent characters. They're more fun.
Yikes! He was kind of scary, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as, when can we continue the sightseeing tour?
Tour? Oh, any time, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still lots of temples to see, and all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls, and I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the plaza, and there's this place where you can take a great view of the Twilight Realm and walking.
All right. Slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time.
And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together.
Yeah, you bet. Maya. I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. Ow, my tooth. Animu.
Oh, how about that not guilty, jerk? I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
Dan Green, is that you? Very Dan Green-esque with that voice. We've done it! We finally got through the tutorial. It just took an unrelenting amount of weeks. Now I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want to save the start of episode 2 for next week? Or do you want to start it now? We're only going to go about 30 minutes if we do. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm just looking to see how much I'm still going to see how much is going on in this next one. This is what? Oh, it's not much. It's just investigation trial. There's 6 in this? I thought it was just 5. Let's wait it out. All right. I'm cool with a 30-minute early stoppage. Ugh. I am good with that. All right. So, with that, that is going to... I muted the wrong thing. That is going to bring us to the end of this one. Let me get some music going for you guys. Make sure I don't kill my ear. There we go. Tomorrow, we got the Elite Four for the Nuzlocke. So that'll be fun to see how badly I do there. If it's anything like my return to recording college football, it's going to end terribly. And then Saturday, we will be here live for the off season, for season 1 of the Sacramento State Dynasty. So you guys get an extra stream this week. Ain't it great to get an extra stream my first week back from vacation? It's great. But with that, appreciate you guys for being here. Jaren, Dusk, Vita, Tomb Wolf. If you're watching After the Fact or just chilling in chat, appreciate you too. And with that, I think that's all I got to cover. All I got to give you guys a heads up about. With that, I will see you guys. Wait for it. Next time.